part the sea so this gentleman can come through and drop some wisdom on us. So I'm gonna give it up to none other than the first executive director in the United States that made it with his requirements, the first shareholder in the United States that got there with his requirements. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, he wasn't just grandfathered in. There's some people that get grandfathered into this space. Erik busted his tail. Him and Dr. Mary busted their tail to want to go on mute. And he got it done. And not only is he getting it done, but he's showing us how to do it. So let's give it up for Gold Legacy member and ELC member. We call him Coach Erik, the soul. Let's see how long I can hold my breath. Whoa. Motivator.
Let's go. Yes, thank you, Uncle Jock, for that amazing introduction. You know, I used to be in the choir in high school, so I know how to help you with the extended version, right?
With the echo effects, right?
Yeah. Woo. Love it, love it, love it. Team, I got a question for y'all. I need to know. I got to feel the energy. Y'all been dropping. I'm like, my mind is crazy. And it ain't because of you, Jocks. I can't blame this on you. It's everybody. So I'm kind of torn. So I need to feel this energy. Come off the mic. I need to know. Team, how y'all feel? Team, what's up? What's up?
My
income.
Everybody.
Woo, love it. Yeah, thank you, Danny, with that wonderful sound rendition. Love it. Woo, I'm excited. So here's the thing. Y'all don't understand why I'm so excited. I'm so excited and I'm like nervous. I don't get nervous too often, but I think I'm a little nervous today. I don't know if nervous is the right word, but maybe it's the word I'm using today because I already used it. So anyway, I was up early this morning or late last night, however you want to figure it out. I don't know. So, and I started thinking, what does it take? What does it really, what's the message today? And the message I had was freaking commitment. I said, I'm gonna talk to y'all about this. And I said, I need to get y'all permission because I need to be real with y'all and give y'all some facts and some stats and some understanding. And then I get on the line and everybody's talking about being committed, being dedicated, I'm like, oh man, I gotta go back to my daggone notes. Now I gotta go back to my notes and do the training that I was going to do because I was up and had some for y'all, but y'all already dropped it. So I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. So y'all tell me, type in the chat or shout it out, stick to the notes or go with my gut. Because if I go with my gut, some of y'all gonna be like, man, we didn't heard that already, but I got still a little something for y'all. So y'all tell me, do y'all want the notes? The notes is about the investor versus employee mentality, or y'all want me to freestyle and tell y'all what's on my mind?
Go with your mind, job turkey.
Go with the flow. Go with the flow.
Man. All right. I was
hoping y'all would say job turkey.
I was hoping y'all today. One time I was hoping y'all would say notes. Cause the flow, I feel that's why I'm a little nervous because y'all talked about it so much. But let's talk about this commitment thing. Right, let's talk about this commitment thing. Now, I was thinking about like, hey, what does it take to really, really win? I started looking at my stats and looking at the team, and I was reminiscing late last night. I was looking at some pictures, and as I was going through some pictures, I started looking at pictures just from last year, And let me just really grab the picture real quick. Going back last year. So I was looking at some pictures going back 2023. And it was for some reason I was taking screenshots back then. I did a lot of screenshots of the of like meetings, right? Now I was taking screenshots of meetings, and I'm gonna see if I can grab it real quick here. It was January 2023. And just some of the screenshots of some of the meetings that we was in and who was on, like this one Zoom, I don't know the Zoom. We had 52 people on the Zoom. And I'm looking at some of the names and some of the pictures who's still here, I know still active. Jacqueline Ferguson, still active. Eric Robinson, Dr. Mary, Siobhan Bowman was on that Zoom. Jimmy Martin was on that Zoom. Judy Sheffield was on that Zoom. Jock Vaughn was on that Zoom. Tawana Chisley was on that Zoom. Stephen Short was on that Zoom. Masala Braggs was on that Zoom. Agent Robinson was on that Zoom. Then when I look at people still active, I'm looking at people who ain't active. This screenshot goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 across, 5 down. There's 25 people in the screenshot. So out of 25, let me see how many people is not active. 1, 2. Oh, Denise Jackson's still active. 1, 2. I don't know whose iPhone is, so I can't say yes or no, but I'm gonna say no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 out of 25 are not active, right? And I'm just saying, when I say active, it's even still in the business. Some of them are active, but it still ain't really growing. But some of y'all still going. But that was a year ago, year and a half ago. And I started asking myself, what happened a year and a half later? And then I looked at a picture and going through, and I saw this other thing came up, and it was a celebration for, and this is still in January. I took a screenshot of this, January 13th, 2023. Frank DeLeo just crossed over 1,000 licensed agents. And Xperts had the road to 3,000. Year and a half ago, the road to 3,000, and Frank crossed over 1,000 licensed agents. Oh, 1,000. That was a big deal. It still is a big deal. But guess what? That was a year and a half ago. This week, Monday, a few days ago, he's like, I'm crossing over 1,700. So let's put this in perspective. 8 years here, he got to 1,000 in about 6.5 years. Then he went from in a year and a half, he went to 700. See, some of y'all ain't catching that. It took 8 years. It took 7 years to get to 1,000. 6.5 years to get to 1,000. 6.5 years. I don't know too many people on the line that's been here for 6.5 years. 6.5 years to get to 1,000, and then he leapfrogged in a year and a half 700, over 50%.
It all his growth is almost doing like an IUL. It starts compounding.
Are y'all catching that? So
that
my
compound effect is crazy.
Yeah, Josh. But then here's the thing: how many of those people who was in 1,000 who left? What I want y'all to get is he still stayed true the whole time from day one. From day one, he was grinding. From day one, he wasn't worrying. He wasn't sitting back thinking, "Oh, can I get this?" His level of now remember, he walked away from a company that he'd been with for 15 years. To come into a place that he doesn't know. We ground floor, we getting started. He's coming to a place I don't know, but he came in with a mindset of I'm going to make it work. Like Steven had me thinking, Stevie Wonder, right? He said, I just got to do. See, so some of us are still wondering, still wavering. That has nothing to do with the business. It has all to do with who you are internally. And so I don't want to come at you. I want y'all to really try to change your internal outlook. See, I'm trying to get y'all to change your internal outlook. The result see, some of us get hooked on the results, right? If I put a cake in the oven and it rises, woo, it works. But do you know, every time somebody bake a cake, I don't care, even your Betty Crocker, every cake, or Duncan Hines, every cake does not always rise. You're going to have some cakes that don't rise. Does that mean you're not a cake maker anymore? See, Tawana, she's a poet. Some poems hit, bam, the shower hits. Other, boom, walking down the street, oh, that's a flop. Does that mean she's not a poet anymore?
Nope.
See, we got to understand something. You got to make yourself understand, I am a business owner. I am an entrepreneur. I can be an employee and an entrepreneur at the same time. I'm no less an employee as I'm an entrepreneur. Let me give y'all a simple. Let me make this one a little easier for y'all. Maybe y'all can see this one. Can y'all see me clearly? I identify as a male. Always have, and that's why I feel like I identify as a male. When you look at the things, I got the physical things that says I'm a man. at least a male. You know, man, I think sometimes people, it's your character, right? But I got the physical thing that says I'm a male, not a female. My kids, my wife, they certified that I'm a certified male. I am also what some may consider black, African American, brown skin. My complexion is my complexion. But do y'all realize I can be both a male and a black person at the same time? I don't have to choose one. Are you a man or are you African American? I'm both. I'm an African American man. See, that's obvious. Y'all say, Eric, that's so obvious. That's so silly. But some of y'all working your job, like I'm an employee, but because I'm not an entrepreneur, because I ain't full time, because I ain't making no money. I ain't. No, I'm telling you, it's just as simple as saying, guess what? I'm a female with silver locks. Same thing. I could change the locks and make and turn them into black locks if I want to. They got dye. You can make them black locks. I can make them goldy locks. But I still can be both. Are y'all hearing me? I can be a female with locks. It's that simple. I can be an entrepreneur and a business and an employee. But you got to be clear on your identity. How well you do it is different. I'm gonna show y'all, teach y'all something. In business, the first step, if you want to write this down, write it down, because I ain't gonna remember it. The first step in business, you got to identify and claim who you are. Period. That's the hardest step for people, because people wrap their identity on the results they can produce. I'm a track runner. Why? Because I can run track. I can get around the lap. Well, if I can get around the lap fast, I really call myself a track star. They're like, man, that guy Noah, that little young kid, he's a track star. When did he become a track star? When did he become a track runner? You know what I mean? He's been running track for years. The world just starting to hear about him. Now he's a track. He may be a star, but now he's a track person. I don't know what you call track people. He's a track person, right? He run track. They say he run track. So are y'all catching that? We typically identify with what the results we can create. See, here's the thing though. The problem with that being an entrepreneur, the results don't always show up right away. Yeah. The Oracle said, know thyself. The results, and as an entrepreneur, don't always show up that way. So when you're identifying yourself as something and the results are not there yet, ooh, I can't identify myself. So if I want to become a police officer, I go to police academy and say, I'm now a police officer. Why? Because I signed the form and I'm going to police academy. Even in the academy, it's like, oh, well, you ain't a police officer yet. You're a cadet. You're in training. Okay. But I'm going to be a police officer. Okay. Bam. Now the results, I passed the cadet test. I get the badge. I got the gun. I'm now a police officer. The world identifies me as a police officer. Ladies and gentlemen, when do the world identify you as an entrepreneur, and when do you identify yourself as an entrepreneur? See, there's a difference. That person going through police academy, they was like, I'm a police officer. And the world is saying, no, you're not yet. They like, oh, yes, I am. I'm passing this test. This is what I was born to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. Whether I was born to do it, I'm going to do it. Are y'all with me? So I really want y'all to understand something. Most people don't have that commitment to what they're going to do. I wear 2 rings sometimes. One ring says I'm committed to my wife. I'm married, been doing it for 30 years. When I signed up, I'm like, okay, bam, I'm in. I got another ring that says, hey, 6 figures. How do you get this? Because I was committed to my business. This is a result of my commitment to my business before. This was a result, I made the commitment before I got married. Are y'all with me? This was a commit. This said, hey, you're now committed to getting married. This says, hey, you committed to your business, and this is a symbol of the commitment you made before. Are y'all catching that? One symbolizes a commitment I just made. The other one symbolizes a commitment I made prior. See, entrepreneurs, you got to make the commitment before the results, before the world start calling you, before they claim it. How many of y'all are committed to claiming that you are a business owner before the results show up? Type in me. I'm committed to claiming that's what I am before the results show up. That ain't the only thing you got to be, but you got to be that if you want to be successful over here. You got to be that if you want to be successful over here. See, once you make that commitment, this is what I am. Guess what? The life is going to start lifing. Sometimes the math ain't going to start mathing. Sometimes the bills are going to be billing, right? And I'm telling you, sometimes the checks might be a bouncing, but that does not determine whether you're an entrepreneur or not. I know employees with bad credit, bounce checks. And I know employees who've been broke. Eric, I ain't making no money. I'm broke. Okay. I know people working a job, ain't making no money and broke. And stop wrapping who you are with the results you produce. Once you become who you are, then you go out and start producing the results. Are y'all with me? I'm gonna help y'all out real quick. So I don't think y'all really catch what I'm saying. See, a lot of people start wanting to point fingers. Well, my upline ain't doing this. Oh, my team ain't doing that. They start getting to my. They start to now, no. When I hear people say that, I'm just looking at, I listened to it for a while. Somebody the other day said, Eric, well, you're not really empathetic. Oh, I've been empathetic with you for a long time. I'm empathetic. I'm not sympathetic. I can't feel the way you feel because I don't feel that. Maybe I did at one point, but I don't really think I did. Because I saw myself as a business person even when I was working a job. I was going to be an entrepreneur when I was younger. When I was selling candy in high school, right? When I was selling knockoff, I can't say it on some of the things I'm selling because the statute of limitations hasn't come. But I saw myself as a business owner since I was young. Are y'all with me? So this is not a result of something that just happened last week. I saw myself as that. When do you, and that's good for me, but some people just getting introduced. Well, Eric, you've been seeing yourself as a business owner for the last 20, 30 years, 40 years. Okay, and it doesn't matter when you start, it matters that you start. Some of y'all are going to claim an entrepreneur position today. Like, I haven't really been saying I'm this. So you're going to claim it today. And I'm telling you, give yourself time for the results to manifest.
Hey, Eric.
Yes, sir.
How much does it cost to join an Xperts?
It's zero cost to join.
And how much? What's your sights on your income per month? You want to get to how much a month?
I got to get to $1 million per month, Jock. I got to get to $1 million per month. Yeah,
So
I got to. Yes,
are
sir.
there people in this business in Xperts that are on their way to making $1 million?
They're on the way to making $1 million a year, and some of them are on the way to making $1 million a month. Absolutely.
And those are the same people that have the same 24 hours as the person that treats this like a free business, right?
Absolutely, Jock. And I look at it. Yes, sir. To answer your question, yes.
So what I'm basically saying is, you said something to me a couple years ago that really stuck with me. A lot of people sometimes don't realize the opportunity that's in front of them or the table that they're sitting at, and explain how you explain to me why that is.
Ooh,
Like,
man, Jock, you
people
want to get
don't,
deep
they,
on it?
they don't sometimes don't realize where they're sitting at.
Yeah, all right. Man, Jock. Oh, okay. This is this one is really deep for me. And it's deep for me because I've been fortunate to sit at and be around a lot of people. To some people, everybody, maybe y'all have, and I'm not saying you haven't. I'm just saying I have been able to sit at tables and sit in places, and sometimes it was a point where I didn't know where I was sitting at, right? Because I went to a school in St. John's, and back in the day when I was in school, they was like St. John's. My high school created more billionaires than any other high school in the country, documented. So I went to school with a lot of wealthy people, and at the time, I didn't know some of these people were successful. Some of these people were wealthy. I didn't know. There's a saying in the DC area that if you see a big building over 5 stories, somebody from my high school had something to do with it. Whether Donahue Construction, whether the largest glass company or the steel manufacturer, somebody excavated, somebody built that. So I was with a lot of successful people and I didn't know it. So over the time, I guess I kind of gleaned how to be in different rooms. So I was been able to be in different rooms, even from the dealerships, being with the president of Hyundai. I mean, I remember one time they wanted me to come to, I'm going somewhere with this, why I'm so passionate, because they invited me to go. The vice president of Hyundai Motor Corporation came to the US and invited me to go to Korea and spend some time there. I was young, new in the car industry. right? And I was able to cut into him. And I said, no, I never told my wife. My wife, years later, I told her, you know, she's like, Eric, why didn't you go? He really liked me. I didn't know because I was able to cut in. I didn't understand the table I was at, right? I'm like, no, I'm just a young salesperson, my manager and everybody else. But he's like, nah, brother, I'm seeing what you do because you knew the car, you knew understand. I knew everything. He's like, man, this kid is sharp. I didn't recognize the table I was at. So, Jock, I've been able to cut into certain tables and I'm like, hey, certain places, get in certain rooms. And now I'm starting to understand, appreciate it. But I realized, Jock, most people have not been in this position right here with Xperia. See, that's the key. You know, I remember my last network marketing company I was with, I had a chance to connect with the CEO, the owner of the company. You know, I've been to his house several times, right? Him and my daughter was like, they would become book club pen pals, you know? So Rob Snyder, he sold his company for $300 million. That company was doing $1 billion in revenue every year. So I had a chance to have a personal connection and talk with him and spend time with him. And I gave him my access to my team. See, so I knew what it's like, right? Same thing even with Jamie Prickett. You know, I remember when he came to Texas Takeover, me and him, we sat for hours. I met him in the elevator and he was like, come on up to my room. And that's where I really got a chance to know Jamie. Some people realize I'm like, come up to my room. We went to his room, me, my daughter, his whole family. We was in his hotel. He had a presidential suite. We was in the room from about 10 p.m. I left there like around 4 a.m. Next day, we happened to meet again at the elevator. So come on back up again. Same thing. Next day, we were there for 10 p.m. playing board games at 4 p.m. Just playing board games, trivia, just talking about everything. And we really developed a connection with him, right? You know, after this last conference, me, my family, his family went out to dinner. Just our family. We just his kids and my kid, me a kid before we came back. So I've developed a relationship. Some people don't know. I'm just telling y'all this because not to try to press you, just to say, hey, I've been fortunate to get it to be around some people. So I'm saying to y'all, a lot of us haven't been in a position like this. This is one of the first when Relly brought this opportunity to me. I'm like, man, we got a chance to be at the ground floor and launch, Jock. And I used to say, I feel like Paul Revere. I was telling people, I don't think people knew where they sit. Because if you understood the opportunity, so you're looking at you, who am I today? When the opportunity is so big, nobody gives a damn who you are. People don't care who you are. Like Jack Winnett just recruited a young lady, Nancy Rojas. Nancy says she's going for 30 new recruits this month. Nancy does not care because she didn't go, well, I'm a judge Xperia because of who you are, Jack Winnett. How much money have you made? Where you been at? What are you doing? Nancy's like, thank goodness this opportunity, Jack Winnett introduced me. See, that's what we have our hands on. We have our hands on something so big that people don't care. See, I've been in opportunities when it's been around and you got to be able to, oh, I heard about that. Oh, that's one like Amway. I heard about that. Oh, that's there. Oh, y'all changed the name from Amway to Quick Start. Oh, I heard about this. I heard about that. Oh, my man's in there. I know somebody here. Yo, we at the ground floor, nobody know nothing. They're like, hey, you heard Xperia? Never heard about that. You show them the information, like, oh my goodness. Yep. The only thing they can do is play dumb. Siobhan, man, you had a gentleman on the call and he may come. I don't know. But when you set the numbers in front of him, he's like, how much you making? 40%. Whoa, I can get you 85. Oh, well, let me go think about that one. Well, brother, you got to go think about you want to double your income. That's on you. I don't have to think about doubling my income because I'm in business as an entrepreneur to make money. Are y'all with me? See, when you start here having people when you got an opportunity, you can change people's lives regardless of how smart you are. See, that's what I want you to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, we at the ground floor. Think about this. Some of us been here for 3 years. A guy just joined Xperia who made $2 million last year in the financial services industry, came over and said, nobody recruited me. I've been hearing about it and had to dial the corporate office. Let me call the company. Hey, is this really real? I want to meet with you. Boom, boom, boom. Anybody could have set him up with that. Okay, cool. I'm bringing my team over. Bam, done.
So wait, Eric, so you saying there are people from the outside that have been in this business for years that didn't know Xperia was here, but when they got a glimpse of, when they got a taste of the water, it was a no-brainer because they know what this opportunity is going to do for them and their family.
Yeah, see, Most of us are still trying to figure this out. See, I'm trying to get y'all past trying to figure out what is it going to do for me? When am I going to have my breakthrough? When am I going to get me? Y'all missing it. It's not about you. Somebody gave you a golden ticket, and all you got to do is go pass it out. Go pass it out. Go pass it out. Well, let me see how this golden ticket going to work for me. Let me see. No, nobody can. Don King ain't getting in the ring, y'all. Don King, I ain't never seen a boxing match with Don King got in the ring. But guess what? Don King has made hundreds of millions of dollars promoting other boxers. He just got people to the fight. He wouldn't get them to go. You want to go fight Muhammad Ali? Oh, Rumble in the Jungle, baby. Oh, yeah, only in America. See, he understood. I don't have to be a boxer. I can get this information out there. See, some of y'all haven't figured out. We was on a Zoom, Jock, and I'm gonna wrap this up, with a young lady who was in on the ED Zoom yesterday. She was like, yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm recruiting somebody. He's bringing over 30 people. Thank you, Darren, for telling me about LinkedIn, because I wasn't even recruiting. I never really recruited anybody before. Yep. I never really recruited. Now I'm in the US. I got a US team. She got a US team bigger than most of y'all. Because she's out there, she realized she's in Canada, just starting to recruit, saying, I know what I got my hands on. I can literally go on LinkedIn and grab people. Oh my goodness, y'all don't know what y'all got your hands on. And some of y'all still going like, yeah, but you know, my cousin asked me this real, my mans and don't want to know, you know, my friend, my neighbor trying to figure it out. See, I don't spend time worrying trying to figure out for people who ain't going to figure it out. There's people out there who want to be a part of it, whether they had a license or never had a license. Siobhan Bowman wasn't licensed, but it didn't take her a long time. What? Say, wait, what? I can do what? I can make $25,000 my first month. Wait, what? I can get a six-figure ring part-time. Wait, what? Somebody like, oh man, I wish I could think like Siobhan. You don't got to think like Siobhan. Guess what? Maybe
just run the play. Huh? Just run the play. Just run the play.
Run the play. Go get some more Siobhans. Go find you a Siobhan. But you was like, well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, just be so committed to what it is. Be so committed to what you're doing. That's why Meredith's committed to the business. Jock is committed to the business. So when they see a Siobhan can sense her commitment. See, when you see that person, they want to feel like, if you want them to join you, because otherwise they'll hear about Xperia and go sign up with somebody else. Trust me, believe me, that's what happens. They want to know, are you committed? Not how successful you are. Hear me. It ain't your success level. It's your commitment level. Are you committed? And then you got to figure out how to scale. So we're going to talk about that on Monday, how to take your commitment to another level. So now you can start to generate more revenue, generate more traffic to yourself. Okay. But the first step, I want y'all to go through this weekend. It's making sure that y'all are committed to this business. You are an entrepreneur. Stop second guessing yourself and trying to figure it out. When you sign the AOA, that's like me signing the marriage certificate. Eric, you now married. Go figure it out. Well, what does that mean? Go figure it out, brother. It means you can't sleep around with some other people, for richer, for poor, for better, for worse. They said it right there in the bylaws. You said I do. All that stuff was right there. Now, are you committed to what you said or you're not? Now, I'm not saying marriages don't work. I'm not saying business don't work. I'm not saying things don't change. I get that. But are you committed while you're here, or you still trying to wait and figure it out? Once I had that breakthrough, I'm going to be Eric. And I'm not talking to anybody in particular, because I don't want nobody to leave here and say, oh, he's talking to me. Yo, I got a whole bunch. I got the call. I get this all day long. It ain't just you. So trust me, I'm not talking to no one person. Jock, you ever get calls like that before?
All the time, brother.
So we ain't talking to no one person. Some people like, Eric, man, you was talking to me, man. Why you come tip me like that? No, I'm talking to real stuff, not to no individual person. So, Jock, hope that was you was talking about.
Yes, that was. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So with that being said, I'm gonna do something real quick, a little bit different. Anybody have any questions about what I talked about this? I'm gonna open the floor for any questions. I don't want to just feel like I'm preaching to you, and teaching to you, not giving you your answer. Anybody got any questions, like any struggles? I'm not, and I'm gonna keep it straight, simple. I won't go deep and psychoanalyze you. But any questions about this? Tawana, talk to me.
So it's not necessarily a question per se, but I feel like you were saying what I was saying a little earlier, but this is how I interpreted what you said. Become who you are while you get where you want to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You see, and can I rephrase it just a little bit, Tawana?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna never get to where you want to be, who you want to be. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, because no matter where you are, when you get there, you're gonna want to be something better. That's human nature. So I want y'all to understand stuff. You can't fight human nature. See, a body at rest, Isaac Newton said it best, tends to stay, but a body in motion does what?
Stays in motion.
Stays in motion.
Stays in motion. So when you get to here, if you move into here, when you get here, you're not going to stop. You're going to keep moving. It's going to be someplace else you want to get. When you get that Bentley, Steven, guess what? You're going to like, man, now I got the Bentley. What else I need to get? I need to get something else. I need to get the house. Now you get the house. You're going to be like, man, maybe do I want a jet? I don't know. I might want to get a jet. I don't know right now. You follow me? So you're never going to get to where you are. And that's why I want y'all to stop understanding. I'm trying to, when I get there is no there. Looking back in life, I want y'all, that's why I'm looking back at my old pictures, where you thought there was. Frank was at a 1,000 licensed agents. They was like, yeah, man, look at this. Now he's like, I'm at 1,700. Now he's like, I got to get to 10,000. You just got to 1,000, brother. Yeah, now I'm at 1,700. I jumped 700 in a year and a half. I can get to 10,000. What if I double this and double that and double that? Are y'all with me? Xperts was trying to get to 3,000. The march to 3,000, the road to 3,000. Come on, let's get it. I remember Jamie gonna call like, man, can we finally just get to 3,000? Now they're like, we gotta get to 10,000, y'all. He's like, man, if everybody get one person, we can get to 10,000. Oh, this last year you was talking about you want to get to 3,000. That was last year's goal, and that was a goal they had for a while. And when they got there, it's like now Jamie's thinking about, man, we're gonna have 100,000 agents. He's at 100. He's like, I'm past 10,000. He's like, I can see 100,000. You ain't gonna never be where you want to be. So please eliminate that one. Just realize who you are today, and tomorrow you're gonna be somebody different, and you're gonna be better and get 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 better. So thank you, Tawana. Money.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say a couple things. Commitment is the key to everything in what you do, man. Once you say, I'm going to do this and focus to it and to achieve it, you can do it. But you have to be committed. Because I was thinking, it made me flash back real quick. When.
Hey, buddy, hold that thought, Money. Hold that thought. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hold that thought. Because I want to make sure to that right this time right now, I want to see if anybody got any questions for me. I'm going to fade out. So I
got you.
I'm gonna give y'all time to do y'all recap. I just want to see if anybody got any direct questions.
I got a question for you.
Okay, yes, sir.
I got it. This before I get on my other stuff. Before I get on my other stuff, because you know sometimes I get on some other stuff sometimes. When did you when you first get into your mind that how important your commitment has to be?
That's a great question, Money. I've always been committed to whatever I do. That's just who I am. That's just how I was raised. I know everybody wasn't raised that way. And that's why I'm preaching this message or teaching this message or saying this message. That's been who I am. When I was selling cars, I was a car salesperson. It don't make a difference. I was a car salesperson, Chris. I was always committed to my craft. I've always been committed. That's why one of the things I've been fortunate. Luckily, my wife is just as committed as I am. So I've always been committed. If I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to pretty much be there. My kids was never stranded. They went to school. Most of them didn't go to school in my neighborhood, right? I had to make sure I was there, committed to pick them up every time, every day, no matter what. I had kids, one kid in one county, another kid in another county, and I had to make sure I was there all the time to pick them up. So I've always been that committed person. That's just who I am. So when I just realized what I'm committed to has changed. So that's what I'm saying. I've been committed, but what I committed to has changed. And see, here, some of y'all are committed, but sometimes you're committed to certain things. You're committed to things that sometimes where it's when I can see the result, I'm committed to it. I'm committed to my job because I can see the result I'm getting. I'm committed to my bowling league. I go bowling every time I go out because it gives me pleasure. Right? So we commit to some things that gives us pleasure, but trying to get this business off the ground, trying to launch this thing, it might not be pleasurable. So I'm not committed to being pleasure, right? I see people smoke, they committed to smoking. Why? I'm addicted. I'm committed to the addiction, right? So what I'm saying to you is I've always been that person, Money. And that's why but it's a decision. And for some folks, it's natural. And for some folks, it's what the way they approach life. And I'm just telling you, you got to just figure it out. I don't know how to help you figure it out. I'm just telling you, you got to figure it out and get committed to the business. Y'all are here every day. That's what y'all are committed. That's why I say I'm preaching to the choir. But when you get off, do you really see yourself as an entrepreneur, or you see yourself like, I'm still trying to get there. I'm still trying to get there. You got to get past trying, because you already are. Dr. Teresa.
Yeah, just what you've shared, I just truly see army of people who believe and can be present and do whatever it takes to build through the system. We have the system. So what you're saying right now, I know you said like preaching to the choir, but we all need to continue fine-tuning, the process and then the system, leveraging what we can leverage, no complacency. That's just truly what I believe in. So when I come in here every day, I'm just excited and glad that I hear continue, chiming in to work in that direction and process. So I just love it here. Thank you so much for you, Jack, and all the leaders here do. I really appreciate you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, Eric, I got one other question for you.
Yes, sir.
What came behind for you and your lovely wife creating the 120 agency format for everybody?
That's a good question. We created the 120 agency plan because we came from a network marketing background. This is our whole thing. We was the MLM. And MLM, the mindset is get somebody a check in the first 30 days. You got to get them paid. You got to get them in the first 2 weeks. You got to get them a check in their hand. So there's always a saying that if they get, the law of diminishing intent. The longer they don't see no money, they intend to do good, but the intent starts to go down, and goes down, goes down, and goes down. So you got to get them something so they can see. You got to give them some success, some victories. Most people need to see some victories. This is a lesson for helping your team. They got to see some kind of victories, or the intention starts to diminish. I just made sure that my intention. So when we created 120 agency plan, we was like, hey, this is a little different, because we was new to the industry. This is a little different. You don't get a check right away. So we documented what did we do to get a check. We build in licensing, right? Then we did our build. We was building while we was getting licensed, right? Then we was building while we was getting contract. Getting contracted took a while, so we had to get contract. So that was the whole thing. And Mary has a educational background, so our whole thing was, let's house this information so everybody doesn't have to go look for it. We were doing some things. The Xperts was at the time was based off of Canada. So a lot of the things in the back office was Canada specific. And so we don't want to waste that gap. So fortunately, she's a web developer. That's just so I just be happy that she's able to do that. So she created the 120 agency plan website so our team can have a hub to go to, right? And not have to go look around and hunt around. So that was just something we made that commitment early on, and it was just blessing that she was able to do that. So that's why. Dynasty.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Eric, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you and your motivational words. I wanted to ask Tawana a question. This industry, you have to know yourself, believe in yourself, have confidence in yourself. And when she mentioned she found her authentic self, I just wanted to know if there's any advice that you can give when, through life, when life is life, and you build and mold yourself for what people needs are. But I feel this industry and this career is what I need. So what is some good advice to try to find who you are yourself to bring to this industry as your authentic self? I don't know if that makes sense.
So,
But
my question, let me get off here. My question to you is, who are you? Do you know who you are? What is Dynasty good at? What can Dynasty bring to the table? And if Dynasty knows what that is, Dynasty needs to use that in this business. Does that make sense? Because I'm an artist. I'm creative. I move creatively, and I'm deeply spiritual in my own way. And I use that to my advantage. So I feel like I know that you have something that you're really good at. You might be a talker. If you're a talker like Erik, that's going to be your power. It's that inner power that you need to find. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Tawana.
Troy.
Beautiful explanation. Beautiful
Troy,
explanation.
we're going to take it home. And with that being said, y'all, I'm going to turn it over to the Mr. Troy Gandy. And Troy, I'm going to make you the host. I just got some good news that my son, my granddaughter, my son's girlfriend, her water broke. So at least they think it did. I don't know. So hopefully I might be a grandfather.
Congratulations.
So with that being said,
Congratulations.
I'm gonna go do granddaddy duties. Who wants to be the host to shut it down at the end of the
All right.
Anybody want to host?
Danae has her hand up.
All right, so Troy, I'm gonna make you the host, sir. And so when you leave, we all leave.
Okay.
All right. With that being said, turn over to Troy Gandy.
Congrats, Erik.
Congrats to you once again, Mr. Erik Robinson, the pioneer himself. We thank you so much. And we'd like to say Grand Rising again, once again, and to all of the wonderful people here and CEOs across the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico for attending this morning's fabulous, always with Uncle Jock in the morning meetup. And with that being said, we know you've all got some great nuggets and notes this morning. And this morning's recap relay segment, we already have the anchor woman. Now we just need 3 runners. So I see the first leg will go to none other than Dottie. So come on in.
Okay. Okay. Hey, family.
Hey.
Okay. I usually don't say nothing, but I don't know what done got at me in this rising here, but I'm gonna go ahead and make this spill. This call is just confirmation for me. Erik, thank you. I did not talk to Erik, by no means necessary, and what I said a little while ago, he he talked about it. Pressing towards that mark. Whatever your mark is, stay committed to it. Your destination, your location, your goals. Be committed to the present. Be committed to the process. Don't give up. We have been so indoctrinated and programmed to stay inside the box, inside that boat, calling on somebody else to do it for us. But it is when we step outside the boat ourselves, then we will be able to see the beauty and we see that beauty will set us from the bondages of the system and to destiny. Baby, your gift will make room for you. It's your gift, not anybody else's gift. Find your passion, and that thing will make room for you. I love each and every one of you, and I am going to pass the mic to
The second leg awaits. He's got his hand up.
who is that? I don't see him.
It's money.
He likes making
Money.
Money.
Man with the plan. I love to hear him talk. All right, Money, you take it over.
You know something, Troy got me thinking. We were talking about commitment. When I had my stroke, man, the one thing that made me push like this, like I do when I go to the gym, was my commitment to excellence. Because once you commit your mind, man, you gotta commit your mind to excellence. You want to do the best that you can do. You give it to all. That's why I always say, I go for broke while I go for nothing. Because once you put everything that you in and put everything you got to do with, you don't have no room for regret. Because you know that you did your best. I absolutely did my best. I can say if I could have did this, what if I did this? But if you give it your all and you commit yourself to excellence, to absolutely being the best that you can do with no excuses, no second guessing, and give it everything that you got. That's where you will never ever have to say, I could have, should have, I should have, could have, would have. Because that wouldn't even be there if you give it your all. And your focus, it should be reaching for excellence. That's what I got from all this today, brother.
Awesome, awesome. This is a relay, so we got time for one more. We need a third leg. Somebody's got to jump in here, and I know somebody's got something before we get to the anchor leg to bring it all home. Everybody in here is so inspirational. There we go. We got somebody that's always ready to grab the baton, and we know this man knows how to take it from start to finish and close it out for real. All right, none other than Mr. Derek Holston.
Hey, great morning, champions. And man, another powerful, powerful session. So I won't be long. I purposely wanted to just listen in and hear the stories and just really take it in. So very quickly, a few words that all connect. And I was going through my career as well. We heard about commitment, right? Habits, consistency, being in a zone. Even the great Michael Jordan lost his passion at some point for the game of basketball, right? He fell out of that zone, right? So and I love what Tawana said, knowing who you are, right? And that for a lot of people, confusing, right? It was for me for a long time. And then embracing your superpowers. I come from the property management background, and I remember a few people saying, why aren't you a multimillionaire? And it was so far above my head and outside of my personal reality because I didn't believe, right? It was for Troy Gandy, but it wasn't for me, right? I was a workhorse. That's who I was. So through the process of growing, right? And that's going to be association, reading, listening, and really understanding what you want. And understand if you just do the work, you can get there. Doors will open that you don't see. So I say all to say this. I'm not a poet like Tawana. That is not my superpower. Right? But I team up with somebody like a Tawana, right? And together we can accomplish a whole lot. So a lot of fantastic nuggets today. I'm excited and blessed to be here. I was multitasking in the beginning. I actually had to call him. He's a friend, so I had to tell him, I got to call you back. We're working on 3 annuities for him. But I just said, I'm going to call you back, all right? Because we're long-term friends. But that's all I wanted to share. So phenomenal job, everyone. Phenomenal job.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We appreciate everything that you've had to say. And now we're going to go right to the one that bring it home, the anchor leg, the Xperts paralegal gets it done like no other. So when we want to bring it home and we want to get to the gold, we get somebody to wrap it up. And this is the one that runs it in no time flat. And that is none other than downtown, Miss Rita Brown.
All right. We are in pre-lunch. Stay close to the fire. Onward and upward. Check out the I Decide. Get with your upline. It's a tool that can help your business. Be firm, be steady, be not easily disturbed. Be steadfast. Always push forward, no matter the circumstance. Keep pressing towards the mark. Know you will hit it. Go back within. Know who you are and what you are capable of. Zones are cool. Being in a zone is like a wave. Ride the wave as long as you can. Do not get offended when people are trying to help you. Don't stop. Stop trying and do. Get it done. Dominate this space and destroy poverty. Focus on what you want and get it done. Take action. Promote the BTO and VGOs. Get the information in front of people. Make sure your team is having VGOs. Create a habit and be consistent. Follow the 3x5. Build one brick at a time. Commitment. What does it take to really win? Have a mindset that I'm going to make it work regardless. Some of us are still wavering. Change your internal outlook. Do not get hooked on the results. Make yourself understand you are a business owner. You can be an entrepreneur and an employee at the same time. Be clear on your identity. The first step in business is to identify and claim who you are. Typically, we identify with the results that we produce. The problem is the results doesn't always show up like we want them to. When does the world identify you as an entrepreneur? And when do you recognize yourself as an entrepreneur? Have that commitment to what you are doing. Make a commitment before the results show up. Sometimes life be lifing, but that does not determine whether you are an entrepreneur. Stop wrapping who you are with the results you have. It doesn't matter when you start, just start. Give yourself time for the results to manifest. People do not realize the opportunity that we have or the table that we are sitting at. We are at the ground floor. When the opportunity is big, people do not care who you are. We have an opportunity regardless of how smart you are. Get past trying to figure it out. It's not about you. Pass out the golden ticket. There are people out there that want to be a part of this opportunity. Be committed to what it is. They want to know how committed you are, not how successful you are. Stop second guessing yourself. Are you committed while you are here, or are you still trying to figure it out? That's it. That's all.
All right, all right. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you, Rita Brown. Once again, anybody want to come off mute, please do, and just raise your hands. Give Rita Brown another hand clap of praise.
Fantastic, fantastic.
It's truly worthy.
Unbelievable.
Miss Rita.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
Unbelievable.
And now we want to take time to thank each and every one of you, because this would not be, what it is without all of the CEO experts coming on and sharing your experiences. We also want to thank the host of the greatest CEO meetup on the planet, Mr. Jacques Vaughn, for his due diligence every morning and bringing it to us as the moderator, mediator, and the most wonderful CEO and MC that you could possibly have. And we also want to thank none other than our soul motivator for always leading from the front and giving it to us the way we need to hear it, so that we can inspire each and every one of us to move our businesses forward. With that being said, the Xperior, the Xperior announcements for today would be none other than our 11 a.m. Don't forget about our 11 a.m. Product training. That's always online. So please be in tune with that. And with that being said, peace of the Lord be with each and every one of you. May you be the best representation of Christ himself, and go and grow your business. Peace be with you.
Have
Have
a
a
great
great day,
weekend.
everyone. Peace and blessings.
All right, all right.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. My man, Money. What's going on with you, man?
You want to tell us my kung fu?
How they used to do it?
You, my friend, you want to challenge me, huh? You think your style is greater than mine, huh?
All right, all right.
My brother, my brother.
Y'all have a great day. See you next time.
Yes, sir.
Monday, same place, same time, same bat channel. That'll do it. Have a